The Story of Esther, Chapter 1.
Esther! Esther! Oh, where are you?
Cousin Mordecai.
Esther, the king has commanded that all the beautiful girls in the land of Persia be brought before him, that he may choose a new queen.
Oh, that's wonderful. A new, beautiful queen. Oh, but why should that upset you?
Why should that? Well, the king's soldiers just might take you.
You joke, cousin.
I do not joke. You are beautiful.
And you are very kind. Oh, but even if I were the most beautiful, I'm a Jew, cousin, just as you are. And I don't think the king would want a Jewish girl for his queen. What's the matter?
Thousands of our people have been in the land of Persia for many years.
Yes, I know. Oh, but what...
Oh, it is true that our lives have been easier the last few years. The king has been kind to us. But think
what?
Think what it could mean for our people if the new queen of Persia is a Jew, one of our own. Such a queen could do much for her people.
Well, it's a very nice dream, Mordecai.
Yes?
We're the king's soldiers.
What is it you wish?
She is beautiful. We were told the truth.
The truth?
Yes, the people in your neighborhood told us how beautiful Esther was. I see they didn't lie. I do believe the king will be pleased to see you, Esther, whether he chooses you for his queen or not.
Mordecai.
It's all right, Esther.
But what if I'm chosen?
And that you may be. But do not tell the king you are a Jew. Don't tell anyone. Not yet.
All right. I won't tell.
Well, come along, Esther.
May I just get some of my clothes?
No need. The king has provided beautiful new clothes for all the girls who will stand before him.
For 12 months, the girls who had been gathered from all of Persia were prepared to stand before King Ahasuerus. Each one of them had to be ready to be queen, no matter who was chosen. Then finally, one by one, they stood before the king.
You know, Haggai, all the girls you've brought here are quite delightful. Most of them are exceptionally pretty. But none of them stands out as the one to be queen.
Perhaps the king would rather wait until tomorrow before he sees any more.
I'll see a few more. Then I shall have my supper. Look at her face, Haggai. Look at her face. She's truly more beautiful than all the rest. What's her name?
Esther, sire. Esther.
Esther. You may rise, girl. I'm told your name is Esther.
Yes, Your Majesty.
Lovely voice. Tell me, Esther, would you like to be queen of Persia?
Surely this is the dream of every woman, sire.
And you? Is it your dream?
Whatever is the desire of my king, that I will do.
Of course, of course. Haggai.
Yes, sire.
She is the one.
Oh, yes, sire.
The queen's crown will rest on your head, my dear. Queen Esther.
Think what it could mean to our people if the new queen of Persia is a Jew, one of our own. Such a queen could do much for her people.
A new queen had been chosen for Persia. Her name was Esther. Esther was chosen from thousands of beautiful girls. And when the king's soldiers came to take Esther to the palace, Mordecai, her uncle, told her not to tell anyone that she was a Jew. She was most pleased to be queen. But Mordecai didn't see Esther anymore. It was against the law for the queen to leave her part of the palace. Day after day, Mordecai sat by the gate of the palace. One day, Mordecai sent a message to Queen Esther, and she immediately told the king.
It's from the man called Mordecai. 2 of your men are planning to kill you.
What?
Yes, tonight.
Did he give their names?
Yes.
You must tell me. They must be stopped.
Of course, but I do not enjoy speaking the death sentence for anyone.
But their names.
Tirish and Bigthan.
Guards! Find Tirish and Bigthan immediately and have them hanged.
Yes, sire.
There must be no mistake. Hang them within the hour, or it shall be you who are hanged. Esther, you have pleased me again. My queen has saved my life.
I only told you the message of Mordecai, your servant.
Mordecai. Yes, Mordecai. His name will be written in the history of my kingdom.
Then one day, the king appointed a new prime minister to be over all the princes in the land of Persia. He had great authority and power. His name was Haman. Haman was extremely proud, and he wanted everyone to honor him. All King Ahasuerus' servants and princes bowed down as Haman went by. All but Mordecai. Mordecai would not bow down to anyone but God. Haman did not know that Mordecai had saved the king's life. No, did you see that? Mordecai did not bow.
I saw very clearly.
Do you wish Mordecai taken to the gallows and hanged? Hanging would be good enough for him. He's not Persian, you know.
Persian, what is he?
A Jew. Shall we hang him?
No, I will not kill Mordecai. I will kill his people.
His people?
Yes, the Jews. If they suffer, I'm certain it will cause Mordecai much more pain than if I were to hang him this instant.
Good.
What is it that you wish, Haman, that is important enough to disturb my afternoon snack?
I'm sorry, Your Grace, but the matter I bring is important to Your Majesty's entire kingdom.
Say on.
It has come to my attention that there is a certain people scattered among our own people in all the provinces of your kingdom.
What about them?
They are extremely troublesome and evil.
Well, what have you in mind, Haman?
If it please the king, let it be ordered that every one of them be destroyed. If this is done, I can assure you, sire, that your treasuries will make a profit of 10 million in silver.
You make good sense, Haman. Write the order, and here is my signet ring, with which you shall stamp the order so that all my provinces will obey completely. And Haman,
Yes, sir.
you may have the money.
Your servant, sire. To all the princes and governors of Persia, on the 13th day of the 12th month, you shall kill all the Jews in your province, and you shall take all their wealth. There. No one will disobey the seal of the king.
Haman ordered hundreds of the king's horsemen to ride to all of Persia to deliver the message. Great fear came to the Jews as they learned of Haman's order.
Can anything save us from this death?
Would God allow this to happen to us?
I cannot believe that he will let us die. Thousands of God's chosen people, the Jews, were in the ancient land of Persia. One of the Jews, named Mordecai, would not bow down to Haman, the new prime minister of all Persia. So Haman decided to kill every Jew in the kingdom. Haman didn't know that Esther, queen of Persia, was a Jew, and he didn't know that Mordecai was the queen's cousin. When Mordecai heard his people were to be killed, he sat in the square of the capital city. Mordecai wore old clothing and covered himself with ashes to show how sad he was.
What has Haman done to the people of Israel? What has he done?
One of Esther's maids who knew Mordecai came and told Esther.
Your Majesty, did you know that Mordecai is dressed in sackcloth and ashes and sitting in the city square where everybody can see him?
What is he doing there?
There was so much noise I couldn't hear exactly what he said, but it sounded terrible, and it had something to do with the Jews.
The Jews?
Yes.
Well, send some good clothing to him and ask him to change.
What has Haman
Mordecai.
done to the people of Israel?
Mordecai,
what
please.
has he done? He has chosen to kill
The Queen
them
has
all.
sent me to you,
What has
Mordecai.
Haman
She
done
wants you to
the
stop
people
all
of
this,
Israel?
to change
He has
your
condemned
clothes.
us all to death. Haman will kill
Do
all
you
the
hear
Jews.
me?
Yes, I hear you, but I want no clothing from the Queen.
But the Queen
What
wants you
has
to
Haman
stop.
done to the people of Israel?
Oh,
He has put
you're
Israel
impossible.
to death.
I'm sorry, Queen Esther. He would not take the clothing. He just sat there in all that filth and kept on wailing. I was so embarrassed. People kept looking at me and laughing.
All right. You tried. Thank you. I will send haytack this time.
You are most kind.
What has Haman done?
Mordecai. Mordecai, you must listen to me. Mordecai, I am from the Queen.
You have come with more clothes?
No, the Queen wants to know why you're doing this.
She does not know?
Would I have come if she knew?
I am truly amazed.
Will you tell me so I can give her an answer?
Just tell the Queen the king's prime minister, Haman, has ordered the Jews of Persia to be killed and their possessions taken away. And remember, tell her it was Haman who ordered our death.
This is terrible. How could the king allow such an order?
There is more.
More?
Yes, and it concerns you.
Yes?
Mordecai wants you to bring the matter before the king and beg him to stop Haman's order.
But haytack, you must tell Mordecai that any man or woman who goes to the king without being called to him will die.
Unless the king holds out his golden scepter to welcome them.
Would Mordecai have me risk my life?
Haytack went to Mordecai. When Mordecai heard Esther's reply, he wrote her a note.
Esther, remember you are also a Jew. Do not think for a moment that
Just because you are in the king's palace, you will escape. You will die along with all the other Jews. Think, Esther. Perhaps you were made Queen of Persia for such a moment as this, to save your people.
Do you wish to answer him, Your Majesty?
Yes. Yes, I will answer. Tell Mordecai to have all of our people pray for me. In 3 days, I will go to the king.
Your Majesty, please do not go to the king. Isn't there some other way?
I must go for my people. And if I die, I die.
The Jews in Persia had been sentenced to death. The wicked Prime Minister Haman ordered them killed because one of the Jews, named Mordecai, would not bow down to him. But Haman didn't know that Esther, queen of all Persia, was Mordecai's cousin and a Jew. When Esther heard of Haman's order, she knew she must go before the king and plead for her people, even though it was against the law to go into the king's inner court without being invited, and could mean her death.
Did you send for someone, sire?
No, I sent for no one. Who would dare to? Esther,
Yes, sire.
it is good to see you. Welcome.
Thank you, sire.
What do you wish?
I would like to tell you now, sire, but
Well,
if it please the king, let the king and Haman come to a special meal I have prepared, and then I will make my request.
certainly I will come.
Am I so afraid? What will the king say when he knows I am a Jew? But I must help my people. Oh, I pray for the right words.
The king sent a messenger to Haman's home, inviting him to dine at the palace.
How wonderful.
Yes, but I must say I could enjoy it more if it weren't for that pest Mordecai.
First he wouldn't bow to me, and now he sits in the city square wailing about the Jews.
Really, Haman, why don't you rid yourself of Mordecai? You could do it quietly.
Or I could have him killed in the courtyard so everyone can see what happens to those who do not honor Haman. Yes, I shall build for Mordecai the highest gallows in Persia, 75 feet high. It will be beautiful.
That night, while Haman was having the gallows built, the king was restless and couldn't sleep. He called the court historian, who wrote down in a giant book all the things that happened in Persia. The king hoped that if the historian read to him, it might help him fall asleep.
And it was on that day the life of the king was threatened, and the king's servant Mordecai sent word to the king of the foul plot, and thereby saved the king's life.
What honor was given to Mordecai for his good deed?
None, Your Grace.
Nothing at all? How terrible. Send for Haman.
Yes, sire.
Your Majesty.
Haman, what do you think should be done for the man the king wishes to honor?
You must want to honor me.
Haman!
Oh, yes, sire. Well, I would say, place upon the man you wish to honor the royal robes which only the king has worn.
Good.
And let the man ride the horse which only the king has ridden. And let the king's most noble prince lead the royal horse carrying the honored man through the main streets of Susa.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Prepare everything, and you, good Haman, you do all you have said to Mordecai.
Mordecai? You said Mordecai.
He once saved my life, Haman, and I didn't reward him.
And I wanted to hang Mordecai.
And you can tell me all about what you have done for Mordecai tomorrow when we have dinner with the Queen.
Yes, all about it. Good night, sire. Good night.
Yes, good night, Haman. And rest well.
The Jews in Persia had been sentenced to death. The wicked Prime Minister Haman ordered them killed because one of the Jews, named Mordecai, would not bow down to him. But Haman didn't know that Esther, queen of all Persia, was Mordecai's cousin and a Jew. When Esther heard of Haman's order, she knew she must go to the king and plead for her people. She invited the king and Haman to a special meal. Haman was pleased to dine with the king and queen. But one thing spoiled it for him. The king had ordered Haman to honor Mordecai for saving the king's life.
Such pleasure, my dear.
Yes. Excellent.
A meal fit for a king. I am truly puffed up with food, you see. Oh, Haman, how did it go with Mordecai?
I dressed him in the royal robes, as you ordered.
Good.
I placed him upon your horse and led the horse through the streets.
And you shouted?
I shouted, Mordecai is the man the king desires to honor. Great is Mordecai in the eyes of the king.
Beautiful. Guard, bring Mordecai to me. I wish to see him wearing the royal robes. I have not forgotten about you, my dear. Now, no more secrets, Esther. What is your request?
Your Majesty, if I have pleased you at all...
Yes.
If I have pleased you at all, I ask that you spare my life and the lives of my people.
What?
We are to be destroyed, killed.
Killed? Are you joking? Is this a game?
Oh, it is all true, sire.
Then who is to blame for this? Who would lay a hand on my queen? Where is he?
Haman.
Haman has done this.
What? My order to kill the Jews.
Haman!
I didn't know that Queen was a Jew, sire.
You swine.
Sire.
You pig.
Sire,
You enemy of the throne.
Sire.
And I didn't even ask what people you wanted to kill.
Good Queen, Esther, I know you will forgive me.
How dare you touch the queen? Guards, take this man. He is a traitor.
Then perhaps your highness could find use for the gallows Haman has prepared for Mordecai.
For Mordecai? Mordecai saved my life. Oh, take Haman and hang him from his own gallows.
You. It is all because of you.
It is because of you, Haman. You have brought this on yourself.
Oh, cousin Mordecai.
Oh, then Mordecai is also a Jew.
Yes, sire.
And would have suffered because of Haman. But now it is finished.
But what of the rest of my people? Haman's order to destroy them still stands.
You and Mordecai shall write another order, which will help save your people.
Thank you, sire.
It shall be done immediately.
And command my fastest riders to carry the new order to all of Persia.
You did well, Esther. It was you who saved our people. Thank God
You were chosen to be Queen of Persia.
Oh, it is a happy time, Mordecai. And in all the years to come, our people will celebrate the day we were saved from the sword of Haman.
Be sure to watch the next chapter of Great Bible Stories.